Okay, welcome, all you beautiful animals out there. As I said uh, in the introduction to another video, actually, um, I um, I realized that this is not the best time of the day for a live stream, but we will um, make an attempt and. Let's give it a few seconds. I think this might be one of the live streams that YouTube is hiding because it seems like almost nobody has discovered this live stream. Some people are here. Hi there, Andrew, Arthur, um, Tominator, John. Um, so I'm just also. Oh, now people are actually joining. Maybe there was a delay here. So I'm just tidying up a little bit here on my desk. Here's some shoe polish. Here's hiking GPS and a Viking comb. So we have a little bit of everything here. So I can put it in my bed like that. It's very funny if you're a kid, mostly. So, okay, we have a little bit of can I say ASS whooping to do today. It's about time. We haven't done that for some time now, and I feel like handing out a little bit of that today. Okay, so let's just give it a few seconds again. And by the way, links to most everything I do is in the video description. For instance, if you're interested in my bushcraft courses and guided hikes, you will find that on my website, and the website is linked to in the video description. I spent this weekend actually teaching bushcraft, and it was about 11 degrees below Celsius, that is. So that was interesting and very realistic, I would say. Okay. So let's start things that will provoke people. It's always fun. These channels on YouTube. Well, I'm actually on YouTube now, talking on YouTube now. These channels where they are doing their geopolitical analysis of things, and they know the truth, and they are in opposition to mainstream media and all that. And they're basically sitting there feeding people their already established opinions in every single video. And they're very serious, and they have intel, and they know people in the army, the intelligence, and they are the real deal, sitting there in their garage with a green screen behind them, so that they make it appear as it's like a newsroom or something, like news desk, something like that. As John says, I know people. Yes, they all know people. Well, I guess we all know people, so but here's the thing. I'll get straight to the point. If that's how you spend your time watching videos like that, on YouTube, Rumble, and all the other video hosting platforms, Facebook, and what have you, um, you're wasting your time. Because, I mean, those people who haven't got it by now, who haven't seen what's happening, I think those people will never see it. And by now, I believe our focus should not be on sitting there being angry. Our focus should be on um, preparing. Not like I'm saying that the world is going to end tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But some of us, we said that the economy will suffer. We're facing hard times. And then everyone laughed, haha, you're a doomsday prepper or whatever. Well, looky at the economy now. What's going on now? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's we pretty much know where we are. Things are going, okay? And it's not realistic with these people who say that we're going to pick up the sticks that say boom and, we're going to take back power to the people. They're not going to do that because most people are fat, dumb, and lazy. They're entertained from their couch. And if they, you know, their idea of being in opposition is not having a TV, and they write that on their cell phone, their smartphone, on which they spend like hours every day. So what's the fucking difference? I mean, you're still in the matrix. You're still wasting your time, and you're still just sitting there. Not you, but those people. And I mean, if you want to, if you believe, like I do, that we are facing hard times, we have entered hard times, and I think sadly that it's going to get much worse. If you believe that, you should focus on detaching from modern society. Now, I have never said that you can live under a rock in the woods. I've never said that. There are some people who believe that that's what I'm trying to do. No, I'm saying that you should focus on securing your own well-being. Now, I'm not going to get into the defense bit here. This is a highly censorious platform. But when it comes to food, when it comes to your quality of life, I mean, you should focus on growing your own food, um, getting in touch with people who can get you proper food. You should spend time in nature. You should exercise. You should eat well. Not You should eat real food. That's what I'm trying to say. And you should frustration. But these people capitalizing on people's frustration. I will not name names, but there are some here on YouTube, and they keep going on about the same shit in every video. And they know the truth, and they know people in, intelligence and, army intelligence, whatever you call it. But they're still sitting there. They're still there, and isn't that funny? Isn't that strange? How can they sit there and say these things? If I tried to do that, I would be cancelled. They would take the video down. They have done on my main channel, on this channel. Why is it that there are just a few channels, like now we're talking YouTube, right? Highly censorious platform. It's really, really bad now. I don't think most people realize how incredibly bad it is on YouTube now. People say, "Oh, go to Rumble, go to Rumble." I am on Rumble. So the fact that you're saying that, by the way, tells me that it's kind of an explanation why I'm only getting tiny amount of views on Rumble, because Rumble is, well, we're not going to talk about Rumble here now. But anyway, why are these channels getting away with it on almost a daily basis? Um, Most YouTube creators could not do that. Well, it's because, and I hate to say this, but it's starting to look a lot like there is money involved. It's controlled opposition. I'm not saying that they have some shady deals, but I'm saying that someone in Google, YouTube, that thing, kind of decided that, these channels, let's keep these channels doing their thing, and we'll keep an eye on them, and we will let those channels grow, um, and we will create this system of codependence. That word that strong modern women, they love that term. Oh, it's codependence. uh, if you show love, it's codependence, but that's a different topic. um, and let's keep these channels going. Let's help these channels. Let's make them grow, and let's make those people rich, those YouTube creators, and we'll just ban all the other ones. That's what they're doing, apparently. And because it's not like these people are brilliant, they don't have access to information that other people don't have access to, and they're basically just doing the same shitty job as journalists, as the CNN journalists and people like that. They're just at the other side of the axis, if you will, politically speaking. So again, if you want to watch those channels, I guess you know which channels I'm talking about. Um, and it's like I think the best example is there's this guy who says that, well, I don't doubt it, that he was a physician, and he can talk about every single data and detail about the big cough and the big cough medicine, and that's fine. He gets millions of views and millions of subscribers, and it's brilliant for him. If I tried to do that, and I have tried to do that, they take down the video. So gatekeepers, that's a good word. The Chad, yeah, they are gatekeepers, also, I guess. So again, I'm not. This is not something that is on my mind a lot with these channels. I don't care so much about, honestly, YouTube anymore. I see where this is going. It would be devastating for my creativity as an artist if I kept trying to please the YouTube algorithm. It would be destructive and horrible. So I don't care anymore, because it's not that important. But which is reflected in the views on my Viking videos on my main channel, by the way. But it's like, yeah, let's talk about that, by the way. And I know this is a long monologue, but I have things to say. So again, why people are sitting there watching these videos, getting angry. It's fueling their hate, and everything is bad, and they get into this negative mindset. And it's almost an addiction at this point, I believe. And they need more of that. So let's say a new war is starting. Before the war even starts, most of us, we can say that, okay, um, the usual suspects will be involved. So big money, probably the USA, NATO will be there, trying to position themselves, international. Well, it's a power play, and the weapon manufacturers, and this and that. All of these things seem to happen, every single time almost. And you don't need to be brilliant to point out that, you know. But should we really spend our time sitting there watching multiple videos about that same thing when it's so obvious? You need to focus. No, we shouldn't do that. Okay, it's very destructive. It's negative. We should focus on ourselves now, our loved ones, friends. We should focus on what's good for us, because you know what, you're probably not going to change society. You can try and you can make a dent in the system, and I think people should do that. Not violently, and I need to add that, I guess, but be self-sustained as much as possible. And people are saying, writing on their little smartphone, or their big smartphone, I can't get out of the city, and they're spending. It's too, it's too expensive to buy a house, and they're spending so much money on the smartphone, by the way, and everything else in their lives. It's about priorities. It's about choices that you make, and it's time to take responsibility for your own life. It's going to get tough. It's going to get hard and difficult. We're already seeing the start of that, and it's no good sitting there still complaining. So this is the time to take action. You know, if only it is going out into nature and get learning some skills, that's a start. And by the way, I want to say this, I get some comments on the Viking themed videos, which I need to tell you that those videos are survivalist videos. I don't want to come across as a guy, well, that's on my main channel, a guy who says, oh, I'm out in the wild and I'm surviving in the wild and we have these dangerous animals everywhere. That's not how things are in real life. But we have, components there, going back to feeling the ground under your feet, making a fire, primitive fire making, nature, landscapes. Okay. So it's hilarious when people comment on those. There was one idiot, a fucking idiot, who wrote that, I'm cursing a little bit. YouTube has opened up for cursing now, as they have opened up apparently for what they called adult content. That's nice, YouTube. Great. That's the right direction for you, isn't it? You don't care about ethics or morals or anything like that. You just want money. Great. But anyway, so this guy wrote that, oh, you were talking about things happening in society, and now you're out playing Hobbit. Like that was the comment, and I needed to reply on that one. I normally don't. I wrote something like, well, it kind of tells it all that that's your cultural reference there. But I do see a lot of envy. I see a lot of people, a lot of hate. They're probably taking a little break from playing video games, to criticize that I'm trying to escape reality by going out in nature, practicing my survival skills and bushcraft skills using only natural materials. So it's ironic. It's a little bit cute that people can be that naive, actually. So, okay. Who owns YouTube now? Bluebell Rose 68 is asking. Well, I actually don't know. YouTube is owned by Google. Google is under the, what's it called? Alphabet. It's called Alphabet, isn't it? But who owns Alphabet, the Alphabet company? I know that last time I checked, you had the same ownership on YouTube, well, Alphabet, I should say, as you had in. There were some lines going down there into Big Pharma. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? And mainstream media. So they have their tentacles everywhere. So, okay, let's Let's see here. The Chad says people don't like seeing others do things. Yeah, except if it's like a scantily clad young woman, then they like it. So yeah, Dark Light says a group of people could easily get together, buy land, and work towards self-sufficiency. They won't because they still believe in the failed ideal of getting a job downtown and being popular. I think that's very true. Um, and Jay says, conceptually, can being a Viking be compatible as being a Christian, or do you see the ideals as incompatible? Well, I will say that my understanding of Christianity, I'm not an expert on Christianity, but the Viking, being a Viking, that activity kind of goes against the teachings of Jesus, I would say. But we do know that a lot of the Norse people who went Viking, they were Christians, a lot of them, especially during the last decades of that era. Okay. um, yeah, Andrew says that I think you're referring to getting together, buying land, and working to, as a community. Says that has been tried many times, all with varying degrees of failure. Yeah, and I think you need to do that. You need to establish separate paths and clear a clear separation between each path, and you own each your path. So I don't believe in this commune thing. I don't think that will work. Um, John says Christianity is based on redemption and resurrection. The Norse mythology does not hinge on this. Well, I was kind of talking about the Viking activity, um, you know. But anyway, so going Viking is like going camping. Well, Andrew, camping with benefits. um, and by the way, if you see the word Viking in my video titles, it's incorrect somewhat. I would like to write Norse, but I still have to do something for this effing algorithm to pick up what I'm doing. And if I wrote Norse, they have no idea on what this is about. Mary says, "Is this really live or am I on a loop?" You're not on a loop. This is live. Okay, Robert says, "Morning." Yeah, Andrew. Well, to go Vikings were never a ethnic group. It's an activity, and traditionally the Norse would go Viking. Some other people would join them, but it's typically Scandinavians. They went Viking. Okay. Um, hmm, yeah. Okay. I'll scroll up a bit. So no, to Vike is not a verb. Okay, Robert. Well, thank you for asking. Okay, so this is a misconception, and a lot of people they say Viking is a verb. It is not. It is not. It's an activity. It's like uh, carpenter uh, or a profession, if you will, carpenter or yeah. So it's grammatically not a verb. They would say, well, it's difficult to translate into English, but it would be to go a Viking, something like that. And it's not the same as piracy, but they were pirates sometimes as well. No, John, it's not a verb. Um, okay, and the word you're using here to Vike, that doesn't make sense. Um, I can look out now at Viken, which is a fjord, and I live by Viken, so I'm a Viking by definition, actually. Um, and one of the theories is that since a lot of these people came from this area, um, and that was the name back then as well, that's why they call them Vikings. You know. Okay. Um, so okay. The Cosmic Burrito 2 says, I'm quite concerned for the future. Um, times that are coming require a united community that supports each other. We like-minded must focus on who provides what for the community and be reliable. Uh, Dark Light says, yes, you wouldn't have to create a little hippie commune, but more like a neighborhood of properties. Yes, exactly, I agree. Um, and Bård is writing here in Norwegian. He was at the stone circles. There are these stone circles locally here. Very beautiful, very, yeah, well, he's writing that he felt pretty much the same, a strong connection to his roots and nature. And Balvin the Ratu is asking, is Jule Viking culture? Yeah, well, yes, certainly. Certainly. um, and we have a lot of, so we have a lot of the same symbols, and it's not only Viking, okay, it's, I should say, Norse. Okay. Celebrating the darkest night, the longest night of the year, the shortest day, the day when after that the days start getting longer. That is a tradition that was, it's very, very old, and it was celebrated all through, probably all through Europe, and very important in Northern Europe. So it's not only Norse, called Norse. um, and at this time, they used to believe back then that, Viking Age and before, that it was a time that were starting around, sorry, winter solstice, the, what do you call this in English? The, well, magical creatures like the, not ghosts, but, the people living under the ground, and they would come up and haunt people, almost not haunt people, like not like modern ghosts, but it was an unsafe time. Also at this time you would go visiting your clan and kin, and this kind of culminated in the Yule celebration, which was then about mid-January, which lasted for a few days. So Yule was not celebrated at the 24th, 25th, 25th of December back then, but it was, we need to see it as a period of time with people traveling, visiting, and yeah, it was a very important time, and it's certainly not a Christian tradition. It's predates Christianity, even probably very, very old. Um, And then the Christian monks would try to adapt um, the birth of Jesus and all that into the already established traditions. So, hence Christmas. Um, so it's very interesting, the whole thing. So, okay. Chinese astrology versus Norse mythology. Let's go. I don't know anything about Chinese astrology. Colleen, well, happy holidays to you as well. And I will say God jul. It's a bit early, but absolutely. Is Treeman here? Oh, good morning to you. Is it very cold in England now? Because it's cold here. It was worse during the weekend. 11 between 9 and 13 degrees minus Celsius. So, and I was teaching bushcraft both days, so it was interesting. Nordic Forts is asking what you think about the Jewish religion. I don't know so much about that, to be honest with you. And I'm at this point not so very interested either. I'm not saying I'm not going to read up on that. I'm probably going to do that. But I know just a little bit, but not much. It should be okay to admit when you don't know so much about something. I mean, we can't be experts on everything, can we? Some people, they try to pretend that they are experts on everything. I'm not. So, um, what's your thoughts on the black pill and pessimism? Pessimism. Well, I did say it right. Well, I think um, I know the term black pill. I don't think that's a good road to take. It's not good for your life, is it? Um, it's no. Um, so, Luis, hi there. I'm glad you could catch a live. Um, it is cold in England, not that cold. Andrew is asking, will Vikings make a comeback after society falls? No, I thought I had my glasses on. I didn't. Now, for people who have stayed for this long, I'm going to show you something very cool. I have a very, very kind friend, a very kind lady in England who have sent me a fire steel, like original fire steel, 900 years old. And I have here in this box, hold on, something very cool. Can you see that? It's an arrowhead. And I think it's from the same time period. And again, it is legal to have these things. Not if you find it in Norway, but this is not from Norway. So I will keep it safe in my safe. and yeah, that's it makes you think. Someone made that, and yeah. So a long time ago, you know. Okay. Now, if we have snow, we have had snow, but now it's so cold and it's it you know we I don't think we will have snow very soon, anytime soon. It it needs to get a little bit warmer, then we get some snow, you know. Um, um, if it was ancient, it'd be a fossil. It's about 900 years old, I think. Brad Strung Out says, I've never seen snow in real life. Oh. Um, and, back to, okay, you see, I'll try to respond. Any English book about Vikings you would recommend for someone wanting to learn? Browsing Edda. Well, the Edda, well, read that, of course, but I don't know. Most of my books, no, I have some English books, but I don't have them here. Um, I don't have them here. So, again, a little bit about going out in Viking gear, Viking clothes. I get annoyed if people write, "Oh, it's a costume." That's very annoying because it's not a costume. A costume would be, I guess, something you wore for reenactment or for uh, a play, something like that. What I have needs to work, and that's why I intentionally go out during winter when it's quite cold. And this is first and foremost so that I can get in touch better in touch with the characters in the novels I'm writing. I'm writing historical novels from the Viking Age, and if I had never walked in their shoes, literally, literally walked in their shoes like this, if I could not figure out if I could had never figured out how to stay warm in shoes like this during winter, I feel that I would be not doing a good job as a novelist, as a historical novelist. If I had never um, made my food in, you know, a a pot like this, again, it's quite heavy. They didn't have titanium. Again, then I would feel that I couldn't really understand if I hadn't lifted this many times with water in it. How then can I understand the women and how they were handling these objects? Um, and like, if I couldn't manage to make fire like they did, then again, it wouldn't be realistic, and it just feels fake. That's what I think. So it's not a costume, it's real, and it's much more real going out like that than anything else I know, because you're completely in touch with nature. No stiff soles under your boots, no materials made from plastics, nothing of that sort. It's just you, natural materials to protect you from the elements and nature. How is it that that's not real? How can people say that that's not real? Can anything get more real than that? I don't think so. I don't think so. So you're going to see a lot more of that on the main channel. Um, I think it's positive. It's fun, and more people should do it. You know, and it's not like I need to wear those clothes all the time. It's not like that. I have a suit. I even have a few ties, and I'm going to the Christmas party at the publishing house this so later this week, and I will have my suit on. You know, it's not like you can do both. You can do both. And I'm here using modern technology to communicate with people. So yeah, you you guys, you get this. You get this. But there are many people out there who don't. Why did I put my glasses away? A Viking tie. They didn't have ties, but if they had, then I'm sure it would be very flashy with lots of I don't know, silver and pins and stuff like that. They liked that. You know, it would be very colorful. So yes, Shadow Dweller. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks a lot for saying that. You're saying that you like, well, you know that I wear my Norse clothes. Not only does it help you with writing your characters, but also it is also a great way to connect and honor and understand your ancestors better. Um, Mike says, "Do you have any overnight camping trips planned for December?" Well, not really. The reason is very simple. I pretty much have to work every day now until well, for next 2 weeks because I have a deadline on my new book. I so I can't really. I did the bushcraft course now, and I taught for 2 days, um, but now I have to just finish the book. But after that, I will wait until January. It's very dark, but the days are very short. Mid December, it's just ridiculous. Uh, it's like you hardly get out before it starts getting dark. So I will wait until January. uh, okay, let's see. Yeah, Colleen says, I like to dress up and I like to dress very casual. Both are fun. Yeah, I don't mind wearing a suit. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, but I can do that. A few times a year I can wear a suit, no problem. Um, but more casual and comfortable clothes like Viking clothes, it's well, I say Viking clothes. It's in Norway we don't say Norse, we say Viking. It's incorrect, I know, but it it kind of slips into my English language a little bit. But anyway, those clothes are very comfortable, very comfortable. I don't. Why did people stop wearing clothes like that? Um, So, Riff Margo says, I went back to Sparta on holidays. It was an amazing experience. I felt the ancestors. Wow. Yeah, G. Torstein says, here it gets dark around 15:20. And John says, I don't think Viking clothes include Air Jordans. No, but I've seen people at Viking festivals with modern, uh, you know, shoes like that. Full Viking outfit and shoes like that. um, Simon has an important question. What's your opinion on honey roasted almonds? That's very nice. So, yeah, it will be 2024 in less than a month. Yeah. Colleen says, I've gone to very formal New Year's Eve parties in the past, worn beautiful gowns, makes you feel special and beautiful, fun on occasion. Yeah. I think uh, it's mostly women who like, dressing up. It's natural. That's just how it is. And I think most of the guys I know, they don't really like wearing a suit or dressing up, and they no. So yeah. Um, so well, the tree, it's a pagan tradition. Yeah. The wild hunt will be roaming the skies. Yes. We had the Aurora Borealis, the northern light here, actually. But I slept through it. um, so, no. Is YouTube doing this thing again? Ads inserted, it said. And now you can't opt out of that. So, are you seeing ads now? Have there been ads while I've been talking? Uh, is it then like there's a delay? Oh, really? Or do they just skip things that I say? Okay. 4 ads? Jesus. The greed that has it's yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous at this point. Um, and you have some idiotic ad for something that nobody needs. Um, it's perfect irony, isn't it? No ads in Sweden, says Thomas. Winging it Wildflower says no ads, but many people said here ads. And then we have the buffering. Yeah, I suspect that's connected. I don't know, but and then you have the problem, of course, with ad blockers. I'll tell you this: if you use an ad blocker, I make nothing from you watching my live stream or video. If everyone used ad blockers, I would have to stop doing this because I can't do this without getting nothing back financially. Um, so and then it's like YouTube got greedy and they started pouring ads into everything, and then people are then using ad blockers. The ad blockers get better and better at tricking YouTube, and then you have this situation. So the ads cut me off. Okay. No ads in Komagata says no ads in Japan. Um, yeah, ads during a live stream. I thought they wouldn't do that, but they are apparently doing that. Yeah. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium, so I don't see the ads. And that's it's not so expensive. Um, but most people don't want to pay that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to end this live stream now. It's not because of the ads. It's just I've said what I wanted to say, and also I have some things to do, um, and and all of that. But I will say that I am very much looking forward to going out. Well, tomorrow or Wednesday probably, filming another video, and it will probably be a Viking themed video. Um, and I like it. I like doing that, and that creative satisfaction is much more important than the views. Um, and I think if you cater to the YouTube algorithm and you keep doing that, it becomes a prison. It's not freedom. So yeah, I will make the videos I want to make. Thank you very much, and that's how it's going to be. Well, it's always been like that, but now I feel that, as I said, we need to get back to what's real, and sitting there playing video games and watching videos or TV, whatever, what have you, about everything that is wrong and bad and how people are lying and deceiving other people and all that. It's not going to solve anything. So we need to start changing things for ourselves, our lives, to make life better for ourselves and the people around us, the people that we care for. Um, and I've never heard those so-called truther channels say that. That's not their message, is it? And it's certainly not a message on mainstream media. It's those two, mainstream media and the so-called truther channels. They're basically just two heads on the same troll at this point. So, Andrew, get better soon, and you will get better, and yeah, um, you have a year ahead of you, and it will be a wonderful year. I'm quite certain about that. So, okay, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Okay. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video that I uploaded on Saturday on the main channel, go to that channel and give it a click and a view because it's being hidden by YouTube, properly hidden, which is funny. I don't say a word in that video, but apparently people are not supposed to see that video. So, okay, bye.